Okay, so hi everybody. It is Saturday, April 10th, 2021. And this is our best team ever huddle. And today we have an agenda today that I wrote down. And we're going to talk about law of attraction basics. We're going to talk about how to apply law of attraction to your wine business. We're going to talk about what is everyone doing day to day in their wine business. Approaching this question from your inner being, not your inner critic. And we're talking about referrals and how to ask for them. All right. What would you beautiful ladies in the Berkshires, I almost said Adirondacks, like to begin with? If this is your game, what would you like to start with?
I mean, I'd love to do the law of attraction basics part. And then I might not stay for the wine part if that's allowed.
Sure.
Even though I am a team member.
Yes, anything is allowed.
Okay.
There's no,
anything is allowed.
There's no rules and there's no.
Okay, well, just because it's all, I'm still, you know me, recovering.
You're recovering, and we should talk a little bit about that. So Abby's recovering like many of us.
Know what we're talking about. Yeah. There's no bullying. There's no pressure, and you do it feels good, right, Taylor Swift?
That's right. And I don't believe in shaming or guilt or any of that stuff that Kimmy Z said. And basically, it's so simple, and this is a perfect segue into law of attraction basics.
I'm gonna take notes.
Okay. I love it. Do what feels good. Okay, it's done.
See you later.
See you later. It's funny, right? Because it's so simple, yet we all need to hear it all the time. So what we want to do is we want to decide how you want to feel. Okay, so that's one of the biggest, most important decisions you'll make. It is the most important decision you'll make in the morning when you wake up. So everyone does not wake up in the vortex. And the vortex just means in your kind of sparkliest, happiest place. It's the place where everything, and this is a law of attraction basic, where everything that you've ever asked for in this lifetime since you were born is there, waiting for you when you allow it. So the way that the law of attraction works is that when you ask for something, it's immediately given. So it's not like, oh, let me wait till Abby does this or Kimmy Z is that, or Taylor Swift is this. No, that would be inner critic. And the inner critic is someone who was created after you were born. You're not born with an inner critic. Little babies, they're not sitting there going, I don't know, should I cry and say I'm hungry? Or should I cry and say I need a diaper change? Or should I cry because I want attention? They're like screaming and saying, give me what I want right now, because they know that it is their birthright to be, do, and have anything that they want. Okay, so that is our birthright. So it's funny because I have a funny relationship with the word deserve. So my best friend Jackie will say, oh yeah, that's awesome, you deserve that. Well, she doesn't say it anymore because I have told her so many times, don't tell me I deserve it, or don't say you deserve it. You don't have to earn joy. So we've been taught in this lifetime that you have to earn it. Right? You have to earn, you got to, get through kindergarten and get through first grade and graduate through this and graduate and earn. Nope, that's not how it works. So we were plop down here on this earth, like on this planet, for joy. Literally, that is our job, is joy. So along the way, and expansion, growth, growing. And you are into expansion, or you would not be listening to this right now. You would have zero interest in this. You'd be like, this is so boring, I'm not listening, or you wouldn't even be here. So that's the expansion piece, because you're drawn to this, you know that. I keep being guided that we never did our 1 minute. So hold on, let's put a pin. I'm going to take 1 minute to just breathe, box breath in silence, and set an intention for this time together. I was so excited to see the mom and daughter duo in the Berkshires that I forgot. All right, so here we go. 1 minute. I'll be the timekeeper. Go. Okay, perfect. We ended right at 321, which is an angel number. And I will tell you guys that what I do all day long is when I see angel numbers, which is all day long. So 321, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11, any numbers like that that line up, I stop. And if I'm at a desk, and I'm like, if I'm at my desk where I am right now, I'll write ease for that minute. So that's ease, ease, ease. See, I did the same homework I tell you guys to do. I just flipped it over. But I'll spend that minute. Like, is that ease? It works. It works, you guys. It totally works. It supercharges your vibration. And if I'm not near a paper, I will stop and I will feel ease in my body for that minute, for that full minute. And I have my chickens do it too. So we were just on adventures and it was 2, 3, 4, and we all stopped. And we actually did, I was driving, so we did gratitude. We felt gratitude. So these things are important, back to law of attraction basics, because what we put out in every second, we are drawing back to us. So our vibration determines the people, places, and things that unfold in front of us, okay? And that's really, really good news, because it means that we have the ultimate power in our life. It's not, my neighbor's power or my husband's power or my best friend's power or my chicken's power in my life. It's me. It's all me. So when I can acknowledge that this circumstance, whatever is unfolding in front of me, is a reflection of the vibration I am emitting, then I'm in my total power. And I can say, oh, wow, look what I just did. Look what I just did. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did that. And then when something happens that we don't love, right? We can ask, what perspectives am I choosing that make me a match to this reality? So it's our perspectives, right? It's not a big hairy deal. This is what happens, is people get all fluffed up and freaked out and all this drama. And it's like, it's a perspective indicator. So your emotion that you feel is nothing to be scared of. Like if you're having a bad emotion, it's not like, oh my God, I'm having a bad emotion. I can't show this to Taylor Swift. I have to act like I'm happy. No, that's not it at all. That's not what law of attraction says. Law of attraction says the universe knows how you feel. the energy you're emitting, not what you're saying. So you could be talking and saying like all the right things because you're talking to me. I get this all the time where people are like, hi Taylor, I'm having the best day ever. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you're not. You have the worst energy I've ever felt in ever. And I can feel it, right? And it's so cute because they're trying and they don't know because they watched The Secret or they read The Secret and they just weren't given the tools. Okay. So let's just back up for a second. And let's start out with alignment. So there's two things. Well, there are many things, but first is alignment. Second is vibration. Alignment and vibration are different. This is basics. So alignment is the connectivity between me and my inner being. So I'm talking a lot. So Abby and or Kimmy Z, do you remember what inner being is? Who's your inner being?
When you're happy.
So your inner being, so when you're happy, you're connected with your inner being. Now, right, that's pretty much lines it up, sets it up perfectly. So getting into alignment usually involves some sort of a morning practice. Do you guys have a morning practice, Abby and Kimmy Z?
Yeah.
Yep. Things like what?
Like meditation or gratitude in the morning.
Meditation, gratitude, yoga helps. I know yoga, for me, it's
Oh
yoga.
yeah, I love my morning yoga when I do that.
Yeah. You know, for people who aren't into yoga or meditation or gratitude journaling, you can put on some EDM music. You can listen to Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is my biggest teacher who I've been studying for over 20 years. You can get her on YouTube through, for free.
Yeah.
You don't pay for
I
anything.
want to start doing that.
She's great. You'll recognize a lot of the words.
Oh, yeah.
And how I found Abraham found me. I had just opened my yoga studio and I was driving to teach a class. And I thought, I need like a spiritual CD. That was during CDs. And I taught the class. And at the end of the class, this woman, Debbie Swift, beelined up to me after class and she goes, can you come to my car? Because I have a spiritual CD for you.
Wow.
And I said, sure. And I went to her car. She gave me a CD. I listened to it and I was hooked. And most children grow up with like nursery rhymes and Sesame Street and what else? Not Mr. Rogers. I don't even know because my kids never watched any of it. My kids listened to Abraham. That's what they grew up with. So we just always had Abraham playing. So for me, Abraham is like comfort food. It's all this stuff we're talking about. You can also go for a walk. You can take a bath. You could, one thing I do every morning, I love cardio too. I spend, Kimmy Z asked me this and I never answered how long, between 5 and 15 minutes, as long as I feel like it, playing this game. I love and I'm proud of. It's the I love and I'm proud of game. So the obvious, I love and I'm proud of my chickens, my 5 chickens. And then those are my children. And I'll talk about each one. I love and I'm proud of Madison, and I feel it through my body. But so they're the obvious ones, right? But I go to like total detail. Like I'm in my gym and there's my Nag Shampa incense. I like to use this example. I'll be like, I love and I'm proud of my incense because I love my incense. So it doesn't have to be like big stuff, right? It could be like, I love and I'm proud of my glittery nails because I am, right? I love and I'm proud of my gold water bottle. I mean, these are material things, but the idea is you're generating that feeling, love, and being proud. And then this is law of attraction basics. As you pulse that out to the universe and you set that foundation at 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, now when you go out into your day and you're, finessing your day, you're doing your day, that energy will be pervasive. And in any moment, there are a multitude of different realities that can unfold. Okay, so people think like, this is my life and this is how it goes and time to make the donuts. No, it's not like that. That's not how it is. So reality is an illusion. It is a reflection of what you believe is true. So you can change your reality now. So there is no tomorrow. It never comes. Don't you notice that? It's never tomorrow. It's always now. Now. So you can only be happy now, and there will never be a time when it's not now. People get worked up, anxious, fearful, worried because they're in the future. But there is no future. So it feels scary because your inner being, what Kimmy Z, you said you're happy, but who is your inner being? You don't have to say the name, but who is your inner being?
I know what you're asking. I don't think I know the answer.
Your inner being is you. You are your inner being. It's your highest, most authentic self. It's your Kimmy Z 6.0.
Oh, right.
And I'll give you an example. You guys know I love examples. Yesterday we went to the dollar store. I had to get Q-tips. So as I'm walking in, I thought to myself, I think I told you this already. I thought to myself, out of the blue, there is no out of the blue, by the way. That's your inner being speaking to you. But I thought to myself, you know what? Thought to myself, I want to walk every single step of my life as if I'm on camera on Oprah or on whatever. I don't know why I think Oprah, but in a way that I will be proud of every single thing I do. Okay, everything. So I walk into the dollar store. This just pops into my head. I walk in the dollar store. I get my Q-tips and 23 other items, apparently, since it was $24. And there were sparkly beads involved, Mardi Gras beads, because I like them. And so I walk to the checkout and there's no one there. And this, like, no one checking out. And this woman says, I'm so sorry, they're in a meeting. And I was like, oh, no problem. So I'm standing there. So 11 minutes later, literally 11 minutes. Now, I didn't have my phone. I went in with nothing because I was just going to be in and out. But it was 11 minutes because I have a really keen sense of time sometimes. And this guy and this woman were behind me and they were trying to freak out. They were like, what's going on? Like, this is ridiculous, like that kind of stuff, right? And what, and this poor woman is so apologetic. And I just thought, you know what? These people are just doing the best they can, like, whatever, So I just turned around to these people and I said, do you like wine? And I just distracted them. And they were like, we love wine. And then the woman was like, I just did a keto diet and I lost 15 pounds and I can't drink wine because wine has sugar. It was like, I was on a commercial, I was like, well, my wine doesn't have sugar, so we're talking. So anyway, then the people came out, they were all apologetic. And that was Taylor 6.0. Like, if Taylor, if my inner critic were there, I would have been like, what the hell? Like, I have places to go. Like, I'm busy, that kind of stuff. And then I would have felt bad afterwards and felt icky, right? So that was my inner being. My inner critic would have been a jerk, right? Inner critic acts like a jerk to you and to others. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, and by the way, I had a sample in my car, so I gave them a sample of wine, and I followed up with them today. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so what you want to do is you want to get an alignment first. Okay. Alignment, a solid alignment is essential before anything else. Because if you're not in alignment, and so what we did earlier where we took the minute, even though I forgot at the beginning, it's really important to set an intention and to breathe. Most people are just blasting through their life and they are expecting time to make the donuts, right? So they're expecting the canvas behind them. I've told you guys this before, you too. where there's a canvas behind you that's painted and that's your past. There's a canvas in front of you that's your future, that's your now and your future. You can paint anything you want on that canvas, anything. But most people are just looking back, talking about what's back there that they don't like. Now, if there's stuff back there that you do like, do talk about it. That's awesome. But if you don't like it, keep it off the canvas, right? We don't really want that on that canvas. So alignment first, right? Through some sort of a practice. And people watching this, if you have questions about a practice, just text me or on Facebook, whatever, just say, help me with the practice. Now, what causes manifestation, Abby and or Kimmy Z? Is it alignment or vibration?
Vibration.
Vibration. Okay. So emotion is energy in motion. Okay. So when you have, so your vibration is basically made up of 3 things. Do you guys remember what it is?
No. Do you?
No, I should know, but I don't.
No, you shouldn't do it. You should, no shoulds. Don't
Okay.
should. So it's made up of your focus,
All
what
right.
I'm focusing on, my thoughts / perspectives. So my thoughts about, so if I'm looking at that light behind you, it's a silver light, you know, that's my focus. My thoughts about the light. I don't really have many thoughts about that light. But maybe I did. Maybe I was like, oh, I like that light, or oh, I don't like that light. That's a perspective, right? And then the third thing is the emotions that come from that. So as you see, your focus is your choice. You choose on what to focus. You choose. And people go, yeah, that's not true because look at this shit show in front of me, Taylor. Well, you know what? What I want to teach you guys is to be power manifestors. So it doesn't matter what's going on in front of you.
Mm.
You choose your focus, your thoughts, and your perspective, and therefore your emotions. Okay, and that is a true master. Okay, a true master does not change reality. A true master can sit in any situation and choose how they want to feel. So again, your biggest, decide how you want to feel. And I personally, my thing, I feel this kind of covers everything. I choose ease. I have ease written everywhere. I also choose this. I choose calm. I have a lot of energy, and so ease and calm are good for me personally. And this is a reality. Every step of the way is taken care of.
Mm.
So when you read that, how does that feel? Does that feel, what emotion does that bring up?
Kind of a little bit of relief.
Right? Just like,
Like you don't have to worry about it so much.
yeah, or just don't worry about it, period.
Yeah.
Take out this so much, right? So I have a little scale that so this is again, super 101 law of attraction basics, which I could talk about all day, every day. I love it. So first of all, there's alignment. Alignment is first. So alignment comes before anything. And what people often do is they are efforting, because remember, go back to what we were talking about before, they think they have to earn. So instead of taking time to have a morning practice and get in alignment, they immediately like, that's a bunch of shit. I gotta work. I don't have time. My favorite thing is I don't have time for yoga. If I had a nickel for every person who said that to me over 16 years, I could build a swimming pool right now with that or more. I don't know how much a swimming pool costs. But anyway, the point is people say it all the time. And what I would say is I don't have time not to do yoga. because that time that I take getting in alignment makes me that more it's vibrationally productive. So you've seen yourself or other people spinning around. They're not getting anything actually accomplished, right? It's chasing a wild goose chase. And we see this in our wine business because, if you're in alignment, you're going to reach out. You're going to know who to reach out to. And you should never, never, never reach out when you're not in alignment. I don't do any output. I don't make a phone call. I don't write an email. I don't write a text. I don't do a Vox until I'm in alignment. I Vox best team ever every morning. I usually do it when I get onto cardio, but if it's later, it's because I'm not in alignment yet for whatever reason. I'm not ready yet. I will not Vox till I'm ready. It doesn't mean like I'm off. It just means it's not the time yet. Does that make sense? So divine timing. So number one is alignment. Number two is vibration, right? And vibration is made up of three things: focus,
Thoughts and perspectives.
thoughts, perspectives, and emotions. Okay. Now, when you feel relief, that is what I call the second step up from this 5-step scale. So the bottom is struggle. So when you're struggling, you're at the bottom, right? Struggle, struggle, struggle. Most people who come to me for coaching are in struggle. That's why they come. Then next up is relief. So if you can read these words and feel relief,
Yeah.
that's big. Then the next step up is satisfaction. So if you can feel ease and calm and fun, you can kind of step into satisfaction.
Okay, it's taken care of.
These also provide, I think, relief. There's nothing to figure out, and there's nothing to change. And
Sometimes that can leave you sort of thinking, where every step of the way is taken care of, I do feel relief, but the other thing makes me go, question mark.
yeah, because so basically inner critic is intellectualization. Inner being is 100% intuition, synchronicities, magic. And so it takes a decision, a choice.
Right. A perspective, perspective and focus. Yeah.
Well, and to give it up to, so if you think you have to figure out and change,
Yeah.
that's your critic. Your critic is like, you better figure this out. You better change this. Your inner being just guides you through what?
Ease? I don't know.
It's your guide.
What do I say? Follow. What do I say to follow?
A good feeling thought.
Follow your highest excitement. Follow what feels good. Yeah. Follow and ease. All that. It's all good. That's all your inner being. So if it ever is a thought of like, well, you better change this. You better figure this out.
I've been having those thoughts.
Yeah, when you're in that feeling where, for me, it's like it's like solar plexus and then like up here in my chest where I'm like, and you see, honestly, I am so rarely there that I just had to like conjure up, how does that feel? Because I have so trained myself to not go there. Like, nope, that's all it is. Like, like you're training, when you train a dog and the dog is going to whatever, nope. It's the same thing with your brain. Your brain is just going to go where it's gone before if you've let it go there, right? So first alignment, next focus. What am I going to focus on? And now let's answer Kimmy Z's question about, there's nothing to figure out, there's nothing to change. So does that just feel too easy?
No, I just want to write this down. Now that we had this conversation, it makes total sense because there's nothing to change. You just have to work on your vibrate. You want to be in alignment because your vibration, it's all about your perspective and focus.
This might help. There is no how, just allow.
Yeah.
So when you're in the how, you're in lack. When you're in the how, you are in the vibration of lack.
There's no how, there is just.
Yeah, it's just there is no
Just
how.
allow. There's no how, just allow. So when you're like, how am I going to hit, you know,
Yeah.
$1,000 today and whatever, you know, when you have this, okay, let's take it like this. If someone is excited by numbers and it sounds fun and they it sounds fun, it doesn't feel stressful, they're like, I want to, you know, hit $1,000 in sales by whatever this day. If it sounds fun and exciting and then they get into alignment and then they just moment to moment ask, what do I feel like doing now? What do I feel like doing now? What do I feel like doing now? And they follow their highest excitement, it's just going to unfold. It's not going to be a figuring out thing. It's going to unfold in a magical way. You know, you're going to run into someone when you're grabbing a burger and they're going to be like, oh my God, you're doing that wine thing. Oh, I want to order a case. You know, versus like, I'm going to sit down. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to sit down and do reach outs. I do it every single day on Zoom, for God's sakes. Okay. Because that provides me personally with the structure that I want to give you guys. I want to hold that space for you. And my intention with that is for you to see, I'm doing the same thing everyone's doing. We're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We do it in different ways. Like I personally prefer to be out and about talking to people. Yesterday, you know, at the dollar store, I also was on the beach and we were leaving the beach and there was a woman getting out of her car and she was like, you know, in her running tights and she looked very like into fitness and she had 2 littles and I was like, do you like wine?
Oh my God.
And she was like, I love wine. And I was like, you look like you're really into fitness. She's like, I am. And I was like, do you like red? And I had one red in my car. I was like, I have a wine company. And she's like, wow. So I gave her a sample. I didn't give her a card because I don't have any cards and I need cards. I actually gave her a Juice Plus card and I wrote my wine website on it. But anyway,
Ugh, don't do that again.
that's my favorite thing. I like talking to people. Yet I'm sitting down every day for 2 hours doing reach outs in whatever way. Okay. So I'm not saying reach outs are bad, of course, but as I'm sitting there, it's a feeling, right? So there's no how, just allow. Now, hold on. There's another one I wanted to show you. Well, this is just a visual of what we just went over. Your attraction point is your focus, your thoughts, and your emotion, right? And your thoughts, oh, this is a good one. So when you're feeling an emotion that is icky, you can ask yourself this: what perspective am I choosing to create discomfort?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so versus like, oh my God, I'm having this emotion, I'm freaking out, I'm angry, or I'm hurt, or I'm scared, or I'm anxious, or I'm depressed. That emotion is coming from a thought that you can change the perspective of. Like it might be like, I haven't done enough today, or I feel guilty because of this, or I didn't do that, or I'm not this, or I'm not worried, whatever it is, it's garbage. And who is that coming from? Inner being or inner critic?
Inner critic.
Inner critic. If it feels bad, it comes from?
Inner critic.
If it feels good, it comes from?
Inner self.
Inner being, inner self. You know, Kimmy Z 6.0. Okay, so hold on. So if you're in that situation, you can literally say, what would my inner being say instead? Like if you're feeling suffering, if you're in struggle at the lowest, ask yourself, like, what's going on? Like, what prison did I, and then say to yourself, I'm a brand new person in this moment with a brand new vibration, right? So every moment you can start over. Does that make sense? Okay. What about questions? I think we have like 10 minutes. Yeah, we have 10 minutes.
You're right, because you're so good with time.
I'm so good with time.
To watch.
I'm right on with time. Also, you guys, when you're having that struggle feeling, I feel this way because what must I believe to be true to be feeling this way?
What must I believe to be true? I know she knows.
Oh.
What must I believe to be true to be feeling that? What do you say? I
I was just saying, my mom, I don't always love that phrasing. I don't know why.
So let's find a different phrase
She
for you.
said, tell Taylor. I said, Taylor knows.
So yeah. So what feels like a better, that's awesome because that's just, it's supposed to feel good, right? So what would feel better? And if you
I don't know
know,
right now. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, that's fine. Now, here's another good one, you guys. There's nothing to change, fix, solve, or figure out. Now, does that bring relief or does that bring a question mark?
No, today brought me relief.
Okay, perfect. How about you, Abby?
I would say a little bit of a question mark, but I don't know what
Go ahead.
I don't know.
So if you're so what people do when they go away, like you guys are away right now at the Berkshires, like why do people do that? Why do we get up and schlep everything and put the games in the car and the food and go? Why do we do that?
Change our vibration, to change our perspective.
And what do you achieve by doing that?
You're getting in alignment.
So when you decide to go to Berkshires, was it like, we're going to go to Berkshires because we need a change of scenery? We
want to do something fun.
Why is it fun to leave the everyday?
Because it's a change. It's something to be excited about, and whenever I go away, I always come back with a new perspective.
Good. So exactly. So you're taking a physical thing, like actually physically taking your bodies, putting them in a car or a plane, going to a different place so that you can be more aware in the moment, right? Because otherwise we get into these like reality loops where it's just the same reality looping, and then we feel stuck, right? We feel like we're in a prison. So what travel can do is what you can do anytime once you understand what I'm teaching you. You don't have to go anywhere. Yeah. And that's why like quarantine for me was a snap. It was actually, I don't know if I want this on a recording, but because most people don't understand it, but it was not challenging for me in the ways that it was for most people, because I can do all that in the moment from my focus, right? So that's what's possible for you if you're living. So when you go away, you're more likely to be present in the moment because everything's a bit different, right? And so when you're present in the moment, hi, Sarah Steele. We have like 6 minutes left, my friend.
Steele.
But I recorded it.
So if you're present in the moment,
Hey,
hi.
Here's contact information for Sarah Steele.
So what you did, that was beautiful that you did that, because you can see like, oh, when you go home, you'll have a fresh new perspective, but that's available to you always, because every single moment is new, unless you're just looking back at the canvas behind you and painting the same stuff. And the reason why most people do that is what? Do you guys remember? Why? What's the easiest thought to think?
The one you've done the most.
Right, the thought you keep thinking. So the easiest thought to think, so we become lazy thinkers and lazy focusers, right? And we just focus on what's in front of us, and then it just keeps looping. And then we feel stuck. So those are the two biggest things I see. Powerless / stuck is one, and unworthy. And both of those things, to go all the way back to what we first talked about, is when you're born, you don't feel powerless, stuck, or unworthy. You scream for what you want, you demand it, and you're just happy, right? You're just so happy. And that's that's our birthright, right? It's not that we deserve, you don't have to earn it. So back to that, right? Not efforting. So effort, you cannot build a life of ease with effort. So you can effort and effort and effort, but you can only go so far. Okay. And you see a lot of those people out there, they're really crabby, they're really tired, and they're moderately successful, but there's not a lot of joy. Right. And they feel frustrated and stuck, and they're tense. You know these people. Maybe this is you sometimes. Certainly we all relate to that. Effortless, when you're effortless and you're allowing your inner being and the synchronicities and the power that creates worlds, one person who's connected with that alignment is more powerful than millions who are not. Those are the people, those are the masters in anything. That's what they're doing. They're not working harder, later, longer. They're not sleeping. Okay, they're in alignment and they're choosing and they're effortless. So you cannot build a life of ease with effort. Now, again, back to, well, Taylor, why are you sitting on Zoom for 2 hours every day then, working? That's not effort. I love doing that, or I wouldn't be there. The second I don't love doing that, I'll cancel them, by the way. But I don't foresee that happening because I love it. I love holding that space for you guys. I love my business. It's in alignment for me, okay? Why do I get on meditation at 9:30? Because I love it. I love it. So does it mean that effortless? Does that mean sitting on the couch all day doing nothing? No. But if you are sitting on the couch, relaxing, do it from a place of joy, and that is vibrationally productive. Does that make sense? Because you're getting your vibration in alignment, so you feel good. Now, one last point before we end, we have 2 minutes, is you cannot build a life of abundance with restriction. Okay, so I coach people all day, every day on the opposite of restriction. So people are restricting all over the place, restricting love, restricting time, restricting food, restricting alcohol, restricting exercise, restricting sleep, whatever, just you name it, people restrict it. So when you're restricting, note that and say, I cannot restrict, at the same time, let in abundance. Okay. One other really important point, your inner being, back to Kimmy Z, when you were like, about there's nothing to figure out. Either you or your inner being can be on the case, not both of you. Okay, that's why I gave you guys that homework once on this call where I said, and we could talk about this more next week, this exercise where you write down things that you want, you put in your inner being's inbox. I have a basket. I showed you guys the basket. and then it's on your inner being's plate. Okay? And if you're working, yeah, go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying. I have a question about that box though.
Go ahead.
You ever like put those notes in a fire, or like when the box gets full, or do you just keep them forever?
I don't put them in a fire, but you can do whatever you want. In fact, I have my kitty one right here. It says, I so appreciate that, and I'm so appreciative that I have a little kitty who's full grown and white and tan, sweet and friendly, easy, loving, wonderful, stray. My desire and intent is to allow myself to effortlessly receive this kitty in a way that feels good and brings me pleasure. So that's Frank Sinatra. So I keep them. I don't put them in a fire, but you could do whatever feels good, you know. But the point is, your inner being's on it or you're on it. If you're figuring it out, how can I do this? When you feel that you're on it and the inner being isn't, and you're trying to figure it out, and then you go, nope. And you know, it feels scary at first because you're like, oh my God, I'm being lazy. Oh my God, it's not going to work, because you've been taught since you were little, you have to earn it. Earn it. So your homework for this week till next Saturday is this week, 2 times this week, buy yourself something. It could be $1, could cost $1.
Okay.
Just for you, not because you did or earned it, just for your inner child. One thing twice. Okay. So this is what I bought myself. Can you see my sparkly iPhone cover? Can't really see it, but it was like $9.99.
Get myself a new pen.
And I also got
Taylor,
yeah.
should it be something that, like, when you said case, I was thinking, oh yeah, my case has been kind of breaking lately, I should replace it. But should it be more in the spirit of treating yourself versus like,
Yeah.
well, in a practical
Treating.
way, I need to replace mine because it's broken?
Treating. This was 100% treat. And I also have a sparkly AirPod case I got 100% treat. Now, yeah, not, oh, it's breaking down, or, oh, I need to order that, or, oh, I earned this. No, because you guys, we all need to get a better relationship with our inner being and our inner child. And so that we're working in conjunction instead of, you know, we're like muscling through effort. Okay. Whenever you're in the energy of effort, you're screwed. And you know it because you feel crappy. How do I know if I'm in the energy of effort? Because it feels bad. And we've been taught that it's good to feel bad, that you should be stressed. It's like a badge of honor. I'm so stressed. My ex-husband, I talked to him last night, my former husband, for like 45 minutes on the phone. Wow, that's all I can say. So people, like, they're just taught, like, you got to pretend, not pretend, you got to say, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Smoking a cigarette or like doing whatever they're doing, you know, it's like, that's not cool, you know, but that's their perspective, and everyone's allowed to have their own perspective. Please do not try to change them. I tried that for 18 years. It doesn't work. So just focus on you, right? And that's it. And then you vibrate that out, and then let everyone else do their thing. And it will all line up, okay? As it should. It always does. Always. All right, we're going to stop because I'm so good with time. 3 minutes. All right, I'm going to stop recording. Boom.